Well, thank you, everybody. And I think you're getting the message. From day one, this administration is undertaking policies to drive up energy prices on working families and put American energy workers out of work. You've heard it, restricting production, killing pipelines and infrastructure, envoys like John Kerry going to Wall Street and financial institutions saying, don't invest in American energy, then going to China and getting empty promises from the dictators there. We've heard that he's gone to Asian countries saying, don't buy American natural gas. If you can believe that, an American citizen saying that. So these are the policies. We all know them. It's undisputed. Here's a really important question. Love the media to ask this administration. The Biden administration has a lot of smart people. We know that. Is all of this intentional? Is it their goal to actually drive up energy prices and hurt working families? Is that the goal? I believe it is. Let me give you a little evidence. The president in his town hall last week was really nonchalant about a huge issue hitting American working families. But here's more evidence. Just yesterday, National Climate Advisor and czar Gina McCarthy brushed off concerns about the global energy crunch slowing climate action. This is an article from Yahoo Finance. It said she was speaking at Yahoo's Finance All Market Summit, and McCarthy said, quote, soaring commodity prices stemming from a surge in energy demand and limited supply should accelerate the move to renewables around the world. Think about that. It sounds like Gina McCarthy wants this pain for Americans to help get to the renewable sector. If this is intentional, I think it is going to be clearly one of the most dramatic, biggest betrayals of working families, working men and women in U.S. history. Please, our friends in the media, next time you see a Biden administration official, ask them, is it your intention to drive up energy prices so, according to Gina McCarthy, quote, we can accelerate the move to renewables? Hit hard-working families so you can go to Glasgow and talk to elites about all that you're doing, supposedly, to get to that spot. We are going to be introducing, a number of us, a much better plan, all of the above energy, that can reduce global greenhouse gas emissions, empower workers and families, and we certainly hope that all of you pay attention to that, because it's going to be a much better policy for our country, for our economy, for our national security, and we can do it. We've been doing it until the Biden administration came on the scene. Sure. I really want to underscore just how radical this policy direction that the Democrats and Biden are taking. If you look at the history of our country, every president, Democrat, Republican, every Secretary of Energy, every Secretary of the Treasury, by the way, have always been about more energy, energy independence, more resource development, because, as was earlier stated, we have the highest standards on the environment of any place in the world. And the fact that, I'll give you one example in my discussions with Janet Yellen during the confirmation process. Will you commit, like every Secretary of the Treasury since Alexander Hamilton, to push for a robust, all-of-the-above energy sector? The Secretary of the Treasury, for the first time in American history, would not commit to that. That's why I voted against her. So this is policy that is a sharp break from any other policy, previous administration in the history of the country. And I think it's really important to underscore that, and we're seeing the negative impacts on so many Americans. But this is radical, and it's a shift from literally any previous administration in U.S. history. Like I said, we're going to be rolling out an agenda that we believe addresses these issues, but it's building on what is already working. You know, the Secretary of Energy was in North Dakota recently, and she said that the United States doesn't have the moral authority in terms of our policies to stand up to China on these issues. That's absolutely incorrect. From 2005 to present, the United States has reduced our emissions by almost 15%. That's more than any other major economy in the world by far. The estimates are of increasing global greenhouse gas emissions globally are almost going to come 100% from non-OECD countries. So you look at where we are declining dramatically. Why? Because of the revolution in natural gas. That is a fact. So a big part of our plan is to continue to focus on what is working. If we are exporting more LNG to countries in Asia, India, China, Japan, Korea, we're already exporting to all of those countries right now. A dramatic increase in those exports of clean-burning American natural gas will have a dramatic impact on lowering global greenhouse gas emissions. That's a fact. So these are the kind of things we think we can do in terms of all of the above, but to address the global greenhouse gas emissions issues, we just think it's much more effective, and it's already working. Already working. We just need to build on it.